of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me as always is my fearless co-host Larry. How are you doing this week, Larry?
Well, actually, Isaac, I must inform you that since in between episodes, I have given up American citizenship and am now citizen of Beardmanistan. Definitely a real place. I am lying. It's Russia.
Oh, you went to Russia. You and Steven Seagal.
Yes. Unfortunately, ridiculous accent is a requirement in Russia.
Did you carpool?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's across water, so I boat pooled.
I bet Steven Seagal put the boat on his back and swam across the Bering Strait.
No, he and I shared kiddie pool on cargo freighter. We both pooled.
Don't get me started on Steven Seagal and the word kitty.
Begging pardon?
It's a
maybe
kitty.
Cannot tell because I'm Russian, but eyes are big as dinner plates right now. Please explain. And maybe concerned made the wrong choice. We're gonna lose every Russian listener we had now.
Yeah, all 8 of them. Jesus, I wouldn't be surprised at that. I mean, pretty much everyone's in Kansas.
That's
as
right.
we found out a few weeks ago. But yeah, no, if you want to hear about Steven Seagal and the use of the word kitty, K-I-T-T-Y, slightly different word.
Oh, I think it's a kitty.
You're gonna have to stay tuned to our bonus adventure in the colon. It's gonna be coming up probably real soon. I don't know when it's gonna drop, but it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be in your mouth.
I'm so excited. We don't text about the content of the show much. Like, we usually wait till be on camera to talk about or on mic to talk about it. But you texted me that you had gone down like a several-hour rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, I have a fully documented multi-page Steven Seagal research with links, and
I'm so
it's in
excited
Chicago
to do
format.
That episode.
Yeah, there is so much about that man, and it's all a mountain of bullshit.
He's almost like, if we were going to send examples of humanity to the aliens, he would be on the short list of the 5 people to send, just because he is the perfect example of why humanity needs to be destroyed.
The aliens would ask how he crawled up his own asshole and fucked himself with narcissistic rage. That is his entire life. He is the weirdest character. Anyway, we are the Bowels of Netflix. We're 2 old friends who hate each other dearly. We make each other watch terrible movies every week, and this week I'm watching a fucking Steven Seagal movie because Larry gave it to me and he's a piece of shit. But anyway, you can find us.
One bad turn deserves another.
Oh god, yeah, I did give him Steven Seagal away.
Very early on. It's been a while now.
Yeah, it's been 52 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I think
but a year worth of episodes. How about that?
It was like episode 6, wasn't it?
I think so. And this will be 56.
It's Code of Honor.
Yeah. This is probably worse. Well, maybe not. At least you had titties, didn't you?
I don't remember. I remember
sure
the plot being ridiculous, and I remember I remember that I'm still searching for the truth, but I don't remember titties, which is the true crime. It made me forget potential titties.
No, you don't remember titties that far back. Screen titties. Real titties, maybe. I don't remember. Okay, the only screen titties I remember are Kate Winslet in Titanic because they were formative.
Kate Winslet. My mouth would almost formed the word Kate as you said it. Kate Winslet.
I really wish your mouth would form the words, draw me like one of your French girls, because then our relationship can be complete.
Isaac, in the 12 plus years we've known each other, I'm reasonably sure I've said that to you at least once.
Yeah, okay, probably. But you've never meant it.
No, I've never meant it. I've definitely never.
There we go. Come on. Let's take this to the next level.
I was listening back, and I realized that I'm pretty sure our last episode was a milestone, and that I never asked you how your wife was.
She's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. I have to get a new one.
It's kind of dark. It's kind of a dark turn for your character to take.
Yeah. I think she's dead. I haven't watered her in a while.
This whole time your wife's been a fern, hasn't she? Even coming into a la Harvey Weinstein.
I thought it was poop dick the whole time, but it was just dirt.
Jesus Christ. She listens to this show.
I'm not sure why. To build a case against you, I assume.
Probably the brain damage that's from years and years of living with me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I lived with you for years and years, and I'm just a fine man with a fine brain.
Yes, you can see some of it coming out of your ear.
I'm just a fine man with a fine brain.
Oh my God. So find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. We're the only Bowels of Netflix out there. Keep an eye out on TikTok. We might be ticking your talk and talking your tick and tickling your tickle talk and pickling your whatever.
I've never had my talk ticked, but boy, if anyone's going to do it, I want it to be us.
Oh boy, it's going to be erotic. Googly eyes on dicks erotic.
Still on that, huh?
Oh yeah, of course I'm still on that. I seriously bought, like, when AC Moore was going out of business, I bought 200 googly eyes. I was like, I'll use these for something.
Were you
They're
the
on sale.
one gluing them to things in my high school?
No. This is like a year ago.
Oh, okay. When I was in high school, we were in high school together. You're 2 years older than me, so we crossed over briefly in high school. But there was a rash of googly eyes being glued to everything going around, and it would be funny if that was you.
Yeah, it's funny if you're a teenager doing that. It's not funny when you're pushing 40 and you're like, I should probably buy a couple hundred googly eyes at AC Moore. I'll use them for something.
Honestly, I think I'm going to do that now and just become the terror of my office. Because fuck them. Fuck them.
That'll be
I'm
good.
going to start sending googly eyes to the state of New York.
Especially if you get the ones where you have like it peels off the sticky back so you don't have to have glue, and then you can just really surreptitiously put them on stuff. They'll never know it's you.
I mean, if I send it, because I send in hundreds of forms to states a day, if just in the middle, just on one, there's a single googly eye, I'll either make someone's day or give someone a panic attack, and either way, I win.
Just put them in every single O.
What is this show again?
We're two old friends who hate each other. Did we say that? We make each other watch movies. I think we did.
Well,
Email us at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Make sure to rate, subscribe, tell your grandma to listen or you're going to hide her medicine.
do the rate and subscribe thing for real, please.
No, but tell Granny to fucking listen to the episode.
Yeah, that too.
Get with the shit. Tell her Gen Z is here. The boomers are fucking dead. So if you want to be cool, Granny,
it's
you're
all about
the
Zoomers now, bitch.
Damn straight. That's why we're on the Tickle Talk.
No, we're just some old millennials who are old and bitter.
Oh, yeah. God. Okay, I know I'm less old and less bitter than Mr. Steven Seagal, who is the star of our movie today.
I can say with confidence he definitely has you beat on both of those regards. He is an old, bitter man.
Again, please, it'll be out soon. Check out our bonus adventure in the colon about him.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
way too much to talk about. We're going to stick to the movie more or less today and not get into Steven Seagal's life. But just real quick, if you don't know, he had a moderate amount of success. I think his biggest movie was Under Siege in 1992. Mm-hmm. And he was sort of like coming up, like competing with Sylvester Stallone for that kind of action movie thing where
Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Stallone.
So like they're big popular movies. He's kind of this tough guy attitude, and the movies are fairly successful. Under Siege actually was reviewed pretty well by critics. But then, and like Stallone he did Balboa later in his career. He sort of had ups and downs, but he's had a, decent career and has made decent movies. Like Rambo's good. It's not great, but it's good. But yeah, Steven Seagal very quickly went into direct-to-DVD bullshit movies. Yeah. He had, I think, from the late 80s to the mid-90s, he was in theaters. And by the late 90s, he was just direct-to-DVD schlock. Utter action schlock.
As far as action stars go, he was like the hipster action star. Because, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, they were like the guys that were, they're in the popular movies. But yeah, Van Damme, he goes and beats guys up for real. Because he did, because he was an asshole.
Aikido, and he's super cool. And he uses people's energy against them. Oh, man.
I can't. Can we please just record this episode now and fuck this movie? I don't care. I don't even care about your suffering. I just want to talk about how awful Steven Seagal is.
We'll get there soon. But yeah, he's an old man now. He's almost 70. Now, this movie did come out. It's called Sniper Special Ops.
He's almost 70. I did not clock him as that old in my head, honestly.
Yep. He is an old man. He obviously is fucking hair implants and dyes everything. And
he looks like a clown.
Yes.
If you've never seen the man, just looking him up is enough to put the truth to everything we've been saying.
Yeah. And he is, there's too much to say about him. But so this came out in 2016. So he's 65 when they were shooting this, or close enough to it. Jeez. So he's, retirement age when he's making this movie as a sniper in the special ops in fucking Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever. They don't really specify.
Whatever fucking desert country we were illegally attacking in 2005.
Direct-to-DVD movie. So there's not a budget that I could find or a theatrical box office, but there is a worldwide gross from DVD sales. Larry, would you like to take a guess what it is?
$6,447 and 3 boxes of popcorn unaccounted for that he smuggled in his moo-moo.
All right, it's a little bit better than that, but even though this is a very low budget movie, I'm
gonna say $110,000.
$165,000.
That's so pathetic.
I don't how it couldn't have paid for itself.
Absolutely not. I would bet my human soul that he thinks his performance is worth more than that and charge them more than $175.
Okay, well, and I'm not sure because also it is licensed on Netflix, so I don't know how much money they get for that. This is not included in the DVD sales and all of that shit. So who knows for sure. Mm-hmm. But in the intro of the movie, we get 4 different production house intros, which reminds me, again, that much like high art, the movie industry is often a thin veil for money laundering and tax evasion. So I don't know what's going on, but there's some white-collar crime behind this fucking movie. I don't know how, because it doesn't look... Some very low-return high white-collar crime. All right, so we get... Oh, yeah, it's 86 minutes long. IMDb is at a 3.2, which is fairly low for IMDb. I think the worst we had was Leo the Lion at a 1.5. But I think everything else...
Still mind-boggling, that whole experience. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's low. That's Bow's and Netflix low.
Yes, I think, usually, like... No, we don't really get anything lower than the mid-2s, so this is pretty far down there. There's no Rotten Tomato critics. Again, this wasn't in theaters. No critics really saw it. Rotten Tomato audience is a 16%, which is pretty low, even by our standards.
Low as fuck.
So, yeah, after the production house money laundering bullshit, we get some generic Middle East combat footage with audio overlaid from newscasters discussing the U.S. troop movements and ISIS and the Taliban and whatever bullshit war stuff. This movie is entirely made for, what are they called? Combat boot guys? There's a name for it online, I forget. Just like army meatheads who are super into
yeah, I know what you mean.
Military
shit. I can't think of it either.
Yeah.
Leathernecks? But yeah, no, that's what you call the Marines.
But people who usually have not been in the army, but fetishize it like crazy. And even some of the jackasses who do go in the army and fetishize it and think it has to consume their entire soul and they're super tough guys and they own all the guns and swords and all ninja shit, but for the military.
But you described that, it sounds an awful lot like Steven Seagal.
Yeah. He's like their fucking hero. So, we see our thick neck fucking hero.
His fucking neck! It's like a fire hydrant!
It's tree. He's like a tree. He's like a redwood. So,
not strong like a redwood.
No. He's a flaccid redwood. So, he's presumably this big, tough action guy. And I have no room to talk because I'm a flabby piece of crap.
Oh, yeah, I'm even worse than you.
I don't pretend to be an action star in action movies. This motherfucker's got to weigh north of 300 pounds. He's a big boy. And it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger, swole, prime of his life, 300 pounds.
No.
It is dumpy fat, beer gut, thick neck bullshit fat.
Yeah, even Schwarzenegger, like, he's older now, but he still kind of pulls off. Like, he went from, like, big muscly dude to, like, ropey muscly. Like, he's got old man strength.
He's svelte.
Yeah. Fucking Steven Seagal is like a pumpkin that's been inflated by a fucking tire pump, and is, like, 1/4 deflated.
He is a beanbag you bought at an estate sale.
best description of a human being I've ever heard. Holy shit.
But yeah,
wow.
So
And the Emmy goes too.
Steven Seagal sticks out like a sore thumb in this goddamn movie. And there's a lot of sore thumbs, but he is the sorest and the thickest thumb of all. So yeah,
God.
he comes into focus behind a sniper rifle. Now, Larry, I don't know if you remember what this movie is called. It's called Sniper Special Ops.
Yeah.
Right, so, bam, right off the gate. Sniper rifle.
Sure.
Steven Seagal's behind it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Now, how much do you know about snipers?
I read half of that book about the sniper who killed 1 million people and then shot himself.
Did he wear sunglasses while he was sniping?
No. So a rifle, when you fire it, has this thing called kickback, where it kicks back from the power of propelling a bullet at high speeds to eliminate your target. And if you're wearing glasses, it will smash them into your precious fleshy eyeballs.
Steven Seagal's got a couple issues with kickback that we're going to see in this movie. Also, if you're taking aim at a great distance at a very precise target, you don't think you would want your vision darkened.
No, is he? Oh God, is he wearing the orange sunglasses?
No, he's wearing regular dark sunglasses, not his trademark bullshit like orange, clear, yellow ones.
Oh my God.
And it's not set up like they're on like this like white open sand desert and it's too bright and he has to shield his eyes. There's no explanation of it. They're just in like a shitty town, like burned up, ravaged town in Iraq or whatever. And he's wearing fucking sunglasses because he's a goddamn asshole.
Yeah, he just knew it would make him look cool. He knew it would make him look cool. Yep. So he decided he was going to do that.
I had a running theory, and we'll see, that how much do you know about Jonestown and Jim Jones?
A fair distance, actually.
Okay,
a fair distance. A fair bit, actually. Excuse me.
I knew what you meant. So the reason Jim Jones wore sunglasses was because he was on so many drugs.
As fuck.
That if anyone saw his eyes, they would immediately know he was just bonked out of his mind on fucking drugs. Mm-hmm. So he wore sunglasses all the time. And that was my running theory. And we'll see what happens with that theory.
Oh my God.
So Seagal takes aim at a terrorist who's drinking from a flask. I guess he could be drinking water from the flask, but typically you drink alcohol from a flask. And Islam prohibits the use of alcohol. I don't know, there's some hypocrites out there, but just made me tired. Just made me tired.
I don't even know if I'd have thought of that.
The reason he's drinking out of a flask, we'll give him credit. We'll assume it's water, sure. I don't know why you don't have a water, but fucking Dasani. ISIS has Dasani. Yeah, not a canteen. So the reason he's drinking out of a flask. Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot about this. The outfits for the terrorists. All of them.
Oh, dear God.
It looks like the costume department literally went to Spirit Halloween and bought an ISIS fighter costume.
How many turbans are in this movie?
So that was my first theory about how they got costumes. My second theory is that they stole threadbare army fatigues from a homeless shelter and bought 199-cent dish rags from Walmart. Because the turbans are dish rags. Checkered dish rags. With like rubber bands holding them together.
Oh my God.
It is the worst costume design I've ever seen in my life.
That is incredible.
Oh boy.
Yowza.
I can't even. Okay, so he's drinking from the flask, and he's wearing his ridiculous costume. Seagal, presumably taunting the terrorists, shoots a hole in the flask.
Of course.
Yeah,
the second he was holding anything, Seagal was going to put a bullet in it, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's not a miss. Seagal meant it, because he doesn't miss.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely not.
So the terrorist, because he's dumber than a sack of fucking doorknobs, looks at the liquid leaking out of the obvious bullet hole in the flask and goes like, "Oh, I wonder what done did that." And then Seagal shoots him in the fucking head.
You know, just remember that. Remember this, America. Every time some dickhead makes a trick shot like that, that's your tax dollars at work. Your tax dollars paid for that bullet, America.
That is, it's a wasted bullet. It's a wasted flask.
Vote
that
for
flash
me
to
in
a
2020,
kindergartner.
and I don't even know. What could I really do?
2020 is over, Larry.
Look, if I've learned anything from this election is that I could still potentially win.
That's fair. I'll give you that. All right, so another terrorist runs up, and Seagal, because he's the fucking sniper special ops guy, just shoots him very quickly, too.
Yeah.
There is no blood. Absolutely no blood whatsoever.
That Code of Honor was the same way. It had tiniest little, at the end, Photoshop blood sprays, and no other blood in the whole movie.
Yeah, and it seriously has to be a budget thing, because, like, I get if you're not going for a particularly gory vibe.
Sure, yeah.
But there's not a blood pack. There's no CG mist like you saw. There's never CG mist at all in this. And especially, there's a little bit of blood later, like this kind of blood, where even later on, the army guys are dragging the corpses that have been shot in the head with a sniper rifle, which blows the back of your head out. Thank you, Kennedy, for proving that to us.
It's true, yeah.
They're dragging these fucking exploded head terrorists, and there's no blood on the ground, no blood on their turbans because they had to return them to Walmart.
Yeah.
God damn it.
They had to fucking get the full return on that so they could pay Seagal.
Jesus. All right. So there's been some stuff. There's shooting back and forth. There's some army guys running around. So we're going to get our sunglasses check number 1. We're 10 minutes into the movie. Steven Seagal has not taken his sunglasses off once. So we'll check back in on that in a little bit. After Seagal snipes, the 2 terrorists, he gives the go-ahead for the special op team to swarm in. So a bunch of gruff-looking dudes in their late 40s, special ops, army forces in an active war zone.
Yeah, definitely.
Bedraggled, overweight men in their 40s.
Listen, if overweight men in their 40s can't throw a football, they're not going to be in the special ops.
Oh, my God. So they start sneaking into the compound and sweeping around with their rifles looking for enemy combatants. One of the guys pulls a rabbit foot out, kisses it. The dude next to him gives him a weird look. Rabbit foot guy says, "It can't hurt." And the other guy says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." Larry, what the fuck does that mean?
Someone thought that would be funny. Because you quit cigarettes and also rabbit feet?
But it's not even the guy who has the rabbit foot that says he's trying to quit. It's the other guy who doesn't get. I don't understand it.
Do you want to smoke a rabbit foot with me?
I'm going to smoke some fucking crack. My life is over.
I know a place you can get some. I know a guy who might be fucking on the level.
Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's him.
Yeah. That's how he funds these movies. So, yeah, again, costume design. Jesus Christ. The special ops guys are wearing so much fucking gear and shit on their vests and little pockets and pouches and fanny packs. It's ridiculous. They can't put their arms down at their sides. Like when they're holding a gun, like their arms are out like this because there's shit all the way underneath. Their elbows are almost parallel to the ground. It's ridiculous.
Think all the cool stuff they could have in those pockets, though.
Like what, a slinky? I don't get it. Why? So Seagal is still watching over them from the sniper's nest. We finally see Mr. Rob Van Winkle. Right? Rob Van Dam?
Rob Van Dam.
You know a little more about him than I do. Do you want to go through a brief history of Mr. Rob Van Dam, who I'm going to call Rob Canned Ham?
Rob Van Dam is a wrestler that's been around since, when was America formed?
1776.
So he's been around since about 1779. He wrestled a bunch in Philadelphia in ECW, and then kind of wrestled for the WWE and TNA and all kinds of other shit. His whole bit is that he likes marijuana, and that's his only character trait in life. It is the only thing he lives for. It's the only thing he's ever lived for, and he'll die choking on a big old weed joint.
Big old weed joint.
He's been, I think he's like I want to say he's like 84 and still wrestling. He's not that old, but
no, he's probably in his 50s.
He's long past his prime and still a professional wrestler that people love for some stupid reason, even though he was never good.
He does a lot of flippy shit, right?
Yeah. He's like a jumpy, flippy guy. Does frog splashes and stuff.
Yeah, he does no pot references in the movie, no jumpy, flippy stuff at all. He's just a guy.
He's
with a
not
scruffy face,
good.
holding a gun.
He's like good at the moves, but he's not a good character. He never was.
Right, yeah.
He's not good at talking. He's not interesting. He's not an actor.
He's no worse than any of the other actors in this movie. So there's that.
Yay!
Because again, the tone is like overall gruff army guy bullshit, where they're all playing tough guys.
Of course.
So no one has a character. No one really has to act. You're just a tough guy the entire time.
Right, you're part of the Sniper Special Ops.
He's just as good as everyone else, even though it's like so little effort goes into the acting here.
Yeah, in this case, being just as good as everyone else is not a compliment.
No. He doesn't feel out of place. You're not like, what the fuck is that wrestler doing here?
Right.
He belongs in the shit pile that is this movie.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah. Rob Canned steps on some dog tags.
Rob Canned
He steps on some dog tags in the dirt and picks them up and looks at them. He's like, oh man, Bruce's dog tags. They killed Bruce. Oh. I don't know. I couldn't pay attention to the story. But tough army guy, like he clutches them. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get these terrorists.
They'll pay for that. Get her done.
So there's, oh Jesus, there's a lot of like cartoonish fucking G.I. Joe like radio communications going back and forth. Like, B-Dub, this is Dogbite, moving on Delta Tango Tango. We have not recovered the package. Copy, we have not recovered the package. Dogbite over and out. It's so over the top with abbreviations and like tangos and package and whiskey and foxtrot and all this shit. It's so dumb.
Oh, man.
So fucking dumb.
How, now, assuming that Steven Seagal is able to get blood flow through the motherland Russia that is his body to his penis, how erect do you think he was for this entire movie?
I don't think he can get erect. And we will get into that later. Also, I should have asked this at the top of the movie. How much screen time do you think Steven Seagal has in this movie?
Oh, I bet it's like 30 minutes maximum.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess, Larry.
Because in Code of Honor, which he was the only selling point, he was not in it for long. Like, not in it very much.
Yeah. It's like... Okay. So... There's about 10 straight minutes of them walking around corners with their guns and, like, waving them over and, like, oh, go here. Go there. Check out that corner. Watch your six. And nothing happens. It's just them wandering around and padding time. And Steven Seagal just looking down with his fucking sunglasses and not shooting anyone or anything. And so Seagal's on the radio with Dogbite, who's our main character. Dogbite. He's the toughest. He's got the gnarliest beard. He looks like he's in his fucking 50s. Ridiculous. He's got some muscle on his arms, unlike Steven Seagal, who's just a fucking can of fucking Crisco stuffed in a trash bag. But this guy's he's a thick boy, but he's got a little muscle on his forearms.
Okay.
But it still looks ridiculous. He does not look like a special ops guy. So Steven Seagal says to him over the radio, "Hey, Dogbite, I've been thinking about that $50 I owe you. How about we knock $5 off every time I save your ass today?" And Dogbite laughs and says, "How about double or nothing, that I'm the one who gets your ass out of here alive?" Seagal grunts and says, "No dice." So stupid. It's so stupid. I hate it so much. It's the worst. So some of our generic army goons find some dead bodies in a building or whatever. Then they find a living congressman tied up in an abandoned hotel. Dogbite gets on the horn with the brass and requests an airlift out of there. Brass says, negative, it's a no-fly zone. We're doing a ground extraction. And Dogbite's like, we can't do a ground extraction, we're sitting ducks. The Brass is like, nah, too bad. Yeah, fuck you.
Whenever you do that official voice, eventually at some point it just turns into Cartman.
It does, yeah. It's just all authority for me turns into Cartman. A weird relationship with my mother.
Your Senate hearing is going to be awesome. It's going to be off the chain.
I did not touch any of those beavers. God damn it, I swear to God. I can't even do Cartman when I was trying. Jesus, I'm done.
Let me correct that. The murder trial for your wife.
I was joking. This is a comedy podcast.
Uh-huh.
She's alive.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to rig up a puppet?
Would it be weird if I said yes?
I was going to start a new hobby.
Puppetry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Separate conversation.
Timing!
Okay. So Seagal snipes another Spirit Halloween ISIS fighter, and then all the terrorists come out and there's a full-on gun battle. Most of the terrorists don't seem particularly concerned in finding cover and just run out in the open, spraying their machine guns and getting gunned down almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, no blood. You got to save those dish rags to return them to Walmart. Seagal has switched over to a semi-automatic rifle, and when he's firing, he looks like such a limp-wristed pansy, and he doesn't even bother putting the stock of the fucking rifle against his shoulder. Remember we were talking about kickback earlier, Larry? If you had I'm not a gun person. I know very little about guns, but if you had a semi-automatic rifle and the bottom of the butt was touching the top of your shoulder and most of the butt was just in the air and you fired one bullet,
break your shoulder.
It'd go flying past you.
You'd kill yourself and your whole squad.
And in his real life, Seagal goes on about being an arms expert and has a whole law enforcement thing. I can't. Okay, we're gonna not now.
Save it, young Padawan.
Seagal has a buddy who's up in the sniper nest. He's like the binocular radio guy. And he goes down. He gets a bullet.
Yep.
And we get a shot of Steven Seagal grabbing weakly, timidly, limp-wristedly at the man's clothes, like his shirt, like grabs his shirt, and then drags him shuffling like the fat blob he is off screen. And it's very obviously the guy hooked up to a rope. You can't see the rope. They have him covering it. But it's very obviously him being yoinked by the crew on a rope and Steven Seagal just barely holding on to his clothes.
What a piece of shit.
It is so comically bad and pathetic.
What an asshole. Oh, God, I hate him so much.
It only gets worse.
I hate him. I genuinely hate him so much.
It only gets worse.
Oh, my God.
We get a shot of Seagal in quotes, I'll say, carrying the wounded guy up over his shoulder up a flight of stairs. Although, based on the deliberate camera angle, even though it's a set of stairs that turns like a 180-degree turn, so you see his back going up, and then it turns and he comes back toward the camera, but it's shot in such a way that you do not see his face because it's not Steven Seagal, because he couldn't even carry a fucking dummy that weighs 40 pounds up a flight of stairs. That fat fucking piece of garbage. God damn it. And again, I am not body shaming him to body shame. If you're overweight, that's fine. If you can't climb up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing, that's fine. I'm with you. I'm a piece of crap. I'm not a goddamn action star.
I say that I've seen enough, and I don't want to go too far into Seagalville, but I can say with 100% certainty that if we asked him, do you think you could kill Isaac and I with your bare hands? And he would say, I could do it so fast you wouldn't even know what was happening.
Oh, yeah.
He is convinced that he is the smartest, strongest, fastest, greatest man on the planet. And that just makes every twist of the knife even more delicious.
He is deluded.
He is convinced utterly of his own immortality.
It really, like, a psychological study, honestly, him and Trump, I bet would be very similar.
Oh, my God.
Where, like,
yeah.
They don't think they can lose. They're complete narcissists, completely self-absorbed. just invent things, invent a truth around them.
Yep.
To suit their own narrative, because they can't have it, the illusion of it break for a second, or they would just crumble.
Mm-hmm. They're very similar, except for some reason people don't follow Steven Seagal. Something about him just really rubs people the wrong way.
I think that might have been worse. I don't know. I don't know what would have been worse, the Seagal presidency or Trump presidency. I don't want to find out, though. You stay out of politics, Steven. You stay out.
If Steven Seagal becomes president, I will, live, on Bowels of Netflix, slit my own throat with the device of the audience choosing, which I will auction off. And the money will go to whatever survivors of my family are still alive. This is a promise. If Steven Seagal becomes president, I will slit my own throat. And please pick something sharp. Don't make it a dildo, because it's going to be a long recording.
Yeah. I'll join you, Larry, on that one. Honestly, I'll join you. Good God. I can't. No, I'm not even going to think about it.
What a wonderful world.
Oh, God. So, we see the ragtag outpost where the majority of the soldiers who were able to escape with the congressmen have retreated to. There were a couple people who got killed. I think did the rabbit foot guy get killed? I don't even know. Whatever. Couple people got killed. Everyone else gets out except Steven Seagal and his little buddy, who he carried up a flight of stairs.
Carried.
So they're hiding out in the town that's still infested with terrorists. I don't know. Kind of. Like boll weevils. They get in everywhere. Little mice with their top hats.
There's a callback to last week.
Good Lord. Yeah, go watch episode 57, Anaconda. You'll get the reference.
Yeah, go watch it with your ears. Listen to Isaac not know what a boll weevil is.
I'm so stupid.
I do that all the time.
I haven't slept for weeks.
I say on camera constantly, just because we're on camera, even though no one in the audience has ever seen my face. For all they know, I look like Chris Hemsworth. I don't. I'm a fat, dumpy idiot. Never mind.
Oh yeah, more of a Channing Tatum.
Did he get fat and dumpy when I wasn't looking?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, then you're wrong. Then I look more like Steven Seagal.
Oh, you don't look that bad, Larry. Come on.
No, even I will say I look better than Steven Seagal.
All right. So we see the ragtag outpost where all the soldiers are. The colonel of the base. Okay, so you have these ragtag guys that are in their 40s and 50s. And they're the tough guys who they're going to go back and get Steven Seagal. We don't leave a man behind. We're not going to listen to your orders. Mm-hmm. So the authority figure who's got to tell them, no, you're following my orders, has to be older than them.
Yes.
So the colonel is an octogenarian. He has more wrinkles on his fucking face than a pug. It's ridiculous. His hair is completely white. He seriously looks like bad grandpa.
Oh, this sounds so stupid.
It's preposterous.
Fuck you piece of shit.
So the colonel is arguing with a NATO photographer who's the only real female character in the movie. She's is like scrappy brunette attractive.
Okay.
She's not like a blonde bombshell. She's a little bit older too. Like she's probably in her 30s. So I'll give him a little credit for that. And it's as good as a movie like this could do to have a strong female character. Like it's not good. It's lame. It's contrived. It's not even really a strong female character. But for this kind of movie, for the audience it's going for, I was surprised.
Okay. I'll give it. I'll accept that.
It's still not a good character arc, but anyway.
Oh, God, this sounds like a train wreck.
No, it is. So she's a NATO photographer who wants to be on the front line taking pictures, and she's like the niece of some big admiral or something, and the octogenarian colonel says, no, it's too dangerous, go fuck yourself. So all the soldiers come back in on Hummers, and there's a couple of them pretty badly wounded, and the photographer starts snapping a bunch of photos, but Dogbite gets all pissed and steals the memory card out of her camera while she's like, no, you can't do that, the Geneva Convention. I respect women. Dogbite goes to the colonel and asks, when are we going back to get Steven Seagal? The ancient colonel is changing his colostomy bag and updating his living will. And he tells Dogbite that there's a large Taliban force moving up in their direction, so he doesn't have the manpower or the ammo to send anyone out today. Dogbite is very upset and leaves. Rob Van Dam asks him what they're going to do, and Dogbite says, "Hold your position for now, soldier."
Dogbite. Let's just stop for a second.
Yeah, what? The coolest name ever? The name of my firstborn? Soon to be?
Oh, man.
Can a corpse give birth?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of dark.
I was going to go a little further with that, and then I won't.
Yeah, this is getting... It's getting
She's
rough.
alive. She is alive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Usually at some point in these recordings I see her by now, but it's...
I didn't say where she was alive.
Okay, all right.
So Dogbite.
He fucks a fern. Dogbite. Dogbite.
It's the best name.
I'm sorry, I'm just... Dogbite.
It's great.
Dogbite!
It's so badass, Larry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's the coolest.
It's pretty cool.
Hold
your position, soldier?
Hold your position, soldier. The reporter goes up to Dogbite and tries to make friends with him, and they kind of have like a flirty exchange. But then it's one of those like tough guy things where he eyes her up and says, "I bet you went to an Ivy League school and you have a rich uncle who got you your job in NATO," and just like reads her, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, you got me." That's dumb.
Okay.
Dumb.
He sounds cool.
I mean, he's Dogbite, so he's pretty cool.
Does he wear sunglasses?
I mean, I was Dogbite for Halloween this year, Larry. He does not wear sunglasses, no.
Oh, not as cool as Steven Seagal then. Well, not as cool as Steven Seagal ever, but I mean, you know.
No one's that cool. So, the coolest man in the world, Steven Seagal, and his sniper nest buddy are hanging out in some random abandoned building in the war-torn village. His buddy can't move his legs, is pouring sweat. It turns out he's got a bullet lodged in his spine. Seagal says, "I was able to stop the bleeding, but I couldn't do anything else." Because, yeah.
What else is new?
Fucking jackass. Seagal is just, and for basically the whole middle of the movie, he's sitting in a chair that is about to give way underneath his massive girth. And he's just sitting in a chair with all his tactical gear, his fucking elbows up to his neck, holding this bullshit assault rifle, just staring out a window, not moving, barely able to speak half sentences. The injured guy goes on this story about how he just got a letter that my girlfriend left me for a more stable man. And Steven Seagal's just nodding. He's like, "That sucks." He can't even speak full sentences.
Oh my god. It's just amazing. He keeps getting work.
I don't... Money laundering. It's gotta be money laundering.
It's gotta be money laundering.
So Seagal decides he has to go back down to the street to get a med pack and water from one of the fallen soldiers. And then there's a whole scene where he goes down and grabs some stuff. Or no, actually, sorry, we're getting to that later. But we're going to take a quick break for sunglasses check number 2. We're now 29 minutes into the movie, and Steven Seagal has not taken his sunglasses off once.
Wait, not one time?
Not one time. His sunglasses have been on the entire movie. He could be blind for all we know.
He's high as a kite.
That's what I was thinking, Larry. That's what I was thinking.
Wait. No, he's blind. He's blind. He's blind. He's blind. Isaac is blind.
It's not that dumb. It's not that dumb. Okay, it might be dumber than that. It might actually be dumber than that, but it's not that dumb. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I can't.
He's fucking blind, isn't he?
We find out that Colonel Brandflakes... that the convoy with ammo and fuel that they need has broken down 8 clicks away. So Dogbite, Rob Can Ham...
How far is a click? Do you know?
A kilometer, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
I think.
You had a real answer. I didn't
kilometer,
know. I was
click.
Ask.
I think that's it. So Dogbite, Rob Candham, and Generic Goon X hop in a truck and go. But it turns out the photographer lady has decided to stow away in the truck to get some actual photographs out in the field. When they find the broken down truck, they're super worried that it's about to be an ambush, and there's this whole tense scene where they're trying to get Special Agent Calvin Klein commercial to come out from the back of the truck. Because, yeah, he just is this chiseled guy with, like, a 5 o'clock shadow and dark hair and blue eyes and, like, a dimple in his chin.
Huh.
It's weird. I mean, he looks like scruffy and armied up a little bit, but he's like oddly attractive and like Calvin Klein kind of attractive compared to Rob Van Dam. It's weird. It's really weird.
Oh God! All right.
The casting was strange. Oh, so yeah, but so all that tension's kind of looks like it's for nothing. It sort of comes up later. So it's not an ambush, but it turns out he has a woman in a hijab and a squalling baby in the back of the truck. And Dogbite is super pissed off. He's like, "You better tell me what's going on here, soldier, or I won't hesitate to put a bullet in your ass." So we see cut back to Seagal waddling around on the streets very slowly. He grabs a med pack in the water, and he goes and finds a radio and like is casually just like holding a gun over his shoulder, like, "If any bad guys come in here, I'll just blast them without looking." And he radios and is like, "Yeah, we need extraction, brother."
He's turning into Hulk Hogan the longer you do this.
He does say brother a lot. And yeah,
he was hanging out with Rob Van Dam.
He's drowning in his own neck. That's what his voice sounds like.
You have a real gift for describing this man.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
It's so easy to hate. It is unbelievable. He is easier to hate for me than Donald Trump.
I don't know if I go that far, but yeah.
I mean, at least Donald Trump pretends to smile occasionally.
Okay, that's a good point.
He at least pretends to smile for a camera occasionally.
Steven Seagal has never once smiled. It's a sign of weakness.
He truly believes that to be true.
So Dogbite asks Special Agent Calvin Klein commercial, what the hell's going on with the job lady? He says she just ran out in the middle of the road and was afraid, so he got her in the truck to help her. She doesn't speak a lick of English. Dogbite is worried as shit about this, and he thinks it's some big fucking ambush that's going to happen still. But he kind of just leaves it hanging because the story is stupid and doesn't really work. And it's just like a bunch of tension for tension's sake. And I forgot to mention this, there's also a translator who's with the army guys. He's like an Iraqi dude, but he's working with the army. So Dogbite's yelling at him like, "Make her tell the truth. I need to find out what's going on." And they speak different dialects and just tension. Everything's built up. There's no resolution to anything. So, I'm going to get hot, Larry. I'm going to get hot.
I love when you get hot.
We see, I didn't think this was going to be this intense, but we see Steven Seagal with the water in the med pack, and he's not even really carrying anything.
Of course not.
It's just, he stuffed it in his fucking vest. He's not carrying anything. And we see the same shot of him waddling up the stairs from behind. He's not carrying a man on his shoulders. They deliberately don't show his face again. Because Steven Seagal, the toughest man in the world, needs a stunt double to walk up a flight of stairs. His own manpower cannot put him from the bottom of a flight of stairs to the top of a flight of stairs. He needs a stunt double for that. The toughest man in the world, Larry.
Oh my God.
I was so angry when I realized what was happening.
He can't even climb stairs. Then you're not an action star anymore. It's over, Brett Favre. You're done.
Exactly. You play the wizened old monk in fucking Karate Kid 6 or whatever, where you're just sitting there and, throwing out wisdom.
5, but whatever.
You don't have to fucking move.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, wow.
Sunglasses check number 3. We're 48 minutes into the movie, and Steven Seagal is not taking his sunglasses off.
That motherfucker is blind, and I'm so mad about it.
All right, there's a whole thing where photographer lady gets a pistol somehow. Like, she convinces one of the guys, like, "Oh, I feel, like, naked out here without any protection," and he gives her a gun, whatever. So she shows it off to Dogbite, and she says she's actually an expert marksman because that's instantly how you make a strong female character.
You know what she sounds a lot like? The fucking woman Shelby from the goddamn double feature we did. What's it called? Last Days of American Crime. She sounds sexy and strong and cool and detached and sexy and...
Yeah, she's not completely detached because she's like the photographer who's trying to get the shot and like tell the story of the war. So it's not It's barking up that door, but not quite there. It's
Great.
dog biting up the door.
Dog bite.
They keep setting me up. So, and then there's more and more banter and kind of flirty shit. We find out that Hijab Lady has bad whip marks all across her back. And then Dogbite gives one of the cheesiest, manliest bullshit lines in the movie that made me so angry. Translator says, "Yes, sir," to Dogbite because he tells him to do something. He's like, "Yes, sir." Dogbite retorts, "Don't call me sir. I work for a goddamn living."
Yeah, he's super cool. You're super cool, man.
No one with an office job works.
No,
you know?
I never worked a day in my life. I know that for sure.
Nope.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
assholes. Jesus. Okay. Some terrorists start firing at the broken down truck, which is full of like ammunition and fuel. So it's a
Explodable
powder
stuff.
keg
Yep.
waiting to go up. Again, the terrorists don't seem particularly interested in finding cover. Photographer lady jumps out of the back of the truck to start taking pictures. Generic soldier goon and Dogbite gets super pissed and like there's kind of some weird stuff where like he's trying to get her out of the line of fire, but like kind of grabs her by the neck and like shoves her. It's a little intense.
Huh.
Like it's like war zone and it's dangerous, so there's not time for delicacy, but I don't know. It felt weird with the male-female dynamic in that situation and having her by the neck. I don't know. I just I didn't feel good about it.
I see.
So generic soldier goon has to run across to the other truck to pull it up to use as a shield in front of the explodey truck, but he gets shot in the leg. So Special Agent Calvin Klein, commercial, runs out and pulls him to safety behind the other truck, but then he gets a bullet in the head and he goes down. He's dead. He's
Oh
gone.
no. We got to know him so well.
He wears briefs.
I'm wearing Calvin Klein underwear right now, in fact.
Oh, look at you.
And only that. 'Cause
Treating yourself.
Are
Are they silky?
What's that?
Are they silky?
They are. They're really, they're, real
I gotta
talk,
get me some
they're
silky drawers.
fantastic. Yeah.
Can I get your hand-me-downs?
Yeah. I got a story to tell you off the air about how my week has gone so far with underwear.
Did you shit yourself?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I've shit myself many a time.
I've
so
had an upset tummy roo, and it's been a rough week. And I lost a pair of Calvin Klein underwear, and I'm sad.
I empathize with you daily. I shit myself on the Golden Gate Bridge.
I remember that story vividly.
Yep. I left a pair of shitty jeans in the woods behind someone's house at Christmas, on Christmas Day. There's several others, but we won't get too far into it. Anyway. I have a long and storied past of shitting myself.
Man, Joe Rogan, here we come.
Damn straight.
Coming for you.
Okay, so there's a whole gun battle with a whole bunch of excitement. Stuff happens. Photographer lady gets grazed by a bullet, like, not exactly grazed. It's like not really serious. It like goes in like right on her side and comes back out the other side.
Okay.
So through soft tissue.
A flesh wound.
But yeah, but you know, it's blood. It's decent blood. It's an in and out wound.
Okay.
But yeah, she's not.
I'd like
she's
to
not
make an
bleeding
in-and-out
out.
wound on her, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry, I respect women. It's been a long quarantine.
Sure you do, dog bite. Ooh, I know what your name's gonna be. Puppy Nip.
I hate that. I thought about it for 3 seconds and decided that I hate it.
Puppy Nip.
You're gonna be cat slut,
In a grave,
then.
looking up at you.
Yeah, well, that will be the final thing you see, is the fucking shovel of dirt as I'm burying you.
And I'll try to shout out, "No, Puppy Nip, no!" with a mouthful of dirt.
It won't be only dirt.
Oh, poop?
Yes,
I'll
poop.
be like, is this Calvin Klein underwear? I can't. Oh my god, this movie is too much. Oh god. So, she gets hit by a bullet. Hijab lady runs out to help her, and her hijab gets all fucked up and exposes her face. All the terrorists see her, which causes them all to run away instantly. Oh, what's going on?
Okay. She Furiosa?
So, photographer lady's getting patched up by, like, generic soldier, whatever. And there's more flirty banter with fucking Dogbite. Dogbite and Rob Van Dam find out from the translator. I guess I kind of forget how it happens.
I forgot Rob Van Dam was in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Guess who we haven't talked about very much?
Steven Seagal.
Yeah. So they find out that hijab lady is the daughter of the big bad Taliban man, like the chief head honcho guy.
Okay.
And the baby is his only grandson. So that's why all the terrorists fled, because they don't want to accidentally hurt daughter and son and grandson, whatever. So despite the fact that she has fled the Taliban situation and has horrible whip marks all down her back, they decide they're going to use her as a bargaining chip to go back into town and get Steven Seagal and his paralyzed little buddy back from danger. So that kind of sucks. But we'll see.
No tub of butter left behind. Can't leave those valuable butter rations stored in Steven Seagal's fat behind. Piece of shit.
God.
Buy a Stairmaster, you fuck.
Just imagine his folds.
Oh, dear. We have to talk about him soon. We have to record that episode, like, tomorrow. I want to talk about him so bad. I want to hear your treasures.
Oh, God. There's too much.
Yeah.
That man. Rob Van Dam is running around the abandoned village, placing a bunch of sticky bombs all over the place.
I thought those only existed in Halo.
And GTA.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Then Rob Van Dam... Generic Goon and Photographer Lady are going back to, like, the army camp.
Okay.
Dogbyte, Rob Van Dam, Hijab Lady and her baby are going for the exchange, so they can get Steven Seagal and give the Hijab Lady back, and everything's going to be good.
So she doesn't want to go back, I assume? Right?
She fled because she was getting brutally whipped across her back.
Yeah. That seems to be... So she's just going along with this? I guess they have guns.
She doesn't speak English. She has no idea what's happening.
America.
So they pull up in the truck to the village, and all the Spirit Halloween ISIS guys come out, and finally Big Bad Taliban Man himself shows up. Is
it Danny Trejo? Is this the reverse version of Delta Force?
Nope. Jennifer Lopez, actually. Interesting turn.
How about that?
No. It's skinny guy with a shaved head and like a slightly scruffy, like 5 o'clock shadow white beard.
Okay.
And he was educated in the States, and that's a whole thing where he speaks English, and Dogbite's like, "Oh, you speak English? I bet you're educated out in the West." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I went to, Harvard, and 4 years at Harvard or something." And he says, "How about you, Dogbite?" Dogbite says, 4 years of high school. It's a badge of honor that I didn't go to college. College isn't for everybody, but fucking, it's not a badge of honor that you didn't go to college. It might not be your thing, but it's...
Dog Bite is his name. Book learning ain't his game.
Oh my god.
Dog Bite.
So, Dogbite and Big Bad Taliban Man negotiate for a hot second. Steven Seagal is watching from a rooftop. Now, Larry.
Silently, I assume. Unmoving, I assume.
Yes.
Sitting, probably.
Do you remember... I think from the shots, you can't tell if he's sitting or standing. It's just like the top half of him against a blue sky.
He's sitting.
Yeah. Do you remember the name? Do you remember the name of this movie?
Sniper Special Ops.
That's correct.
He's sniped only one person so far, or two people in the beginning.
At least two. There might have been a third or a fourth, like in the beginning gun battle.
Uh-huh.
The only time he had a sniper rifle was in the first 5-10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, you said an assault rifle this whole time, huh? Haven't you?
Yeah. And now's the climax when you think the movie Sniper Special Ops, there'd be an awful lot of sniping from our hero Steven Seagal. You would think that. And even though we keep cutting to a shot of, like a point of view shot looking through the scope of a sniper rifle with like the reticle like moving back and forth between various guys, he's like planning out a shot and getting ready for stuff to go down. Steven Seagal is clearly holding a semi-automatic rifle.
Oh my god.
Which doesn't have a fucking scope on it like that. For God's sake.
Okay.
They don't have a sight on it, but not a fucking sniper scope. God damn it, Larry. Sunglasses check number 4. We're 1 hour and 12 minutes into the movie, and Steven Seagal has not taken his sunglasses off. Dogbite decides, because, like, the Taliban guy says, fuck you and your deal, give me my daughter, my grandson, and I won't kill you. And Dogbite goes back over to Rob Van Dam, and Rob Van Dam's like, what are we gonna do, Dogbite? Dogbite's like, I guess we're gonna give her to him. And Rob Van Dam's like, what? No, that's not very Dogbite of you.
That's got to be a fucking Bows on Netflix t-shirt. That's not very Dogbite of you.
So, they're gonna give her back to the Taliban man. So they, like, push her in the back with a stick and send her over there. And big bad Taliban man, like, walks up and he's all happy to see the daughter. And then it turns out, oh shit, no, it's actually photographer lady in a hijab.
Of course.
They actually did twist me on this one. I didn't see it coming.
Of course.
If you were watching it, you probably would have seen it coming. You didn't with my bullshit descriptions, but yeah, they actually tricked me on that. I mean, in retrospect, it's really obvious, but meh.
They got you.
Yeah.
Hey, they get you, they get you. It happens.
It's okay. Like, it's...
It's yeah, that fits.
So there's like a brief moment where it's kind of cool, like, oh shit, bam, photographer lady, and then she just pulls out a grenade and straps it to his vest. And he starts flailing around completely helplessly. All of his goons immediately turn around and run away. Photography lady somehow escapes and runs back to Dogbite and Rob Van Dam, and big bad Taliban man explodes, which is so dumb. And as soon as he explodes, all of the Spirit Halloween ISIS goons immediately run back and start opening fire. But thank God, our hero, Mr. Sniper Special Ops Steven Seagal, opens fire with a semi-automatic rifle from the roof and starts killing people. There's a long gun battle. Photography lady grabs a semi-automatic rifle herself and gets some kills in.
Sure.
Because she's pretty badass.
Yep.
Steven Seagal is, of course, picking off tons of guys from on top of the roof with his sniper rifle. God damn it. Rob Canned Ham grabs the detonator to blow all the sticky bombs, but fuck, the detonator's not working. It's like the Dark Knight where the Joker's just tapping the thing and it's not working.
No detonator in every movie has ever worked the first time.
No.
No detonator. Detonators are made faulty on purpose.
These detonators were made for Steven Seagal to snipe them with an assault rifle from a ridiculous distance away.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He goes one by one, and the sticky bombs are about the size of a brick, presumably hundreds and hundreds of yards away from him, and shoots them without missing, which causes them to explode, which also I don't know if that's really how that kind of bomb would work if you just shot it.
It's like C4, right? I assume?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't
know if you can just shoot it and have it go up. I don't know.
I don't know. Video games
have made
bomb physics totally ridiculous to me.
They get the benefit of the doubt there. And yeah, he blows up all the terrorists. All of them. They're all dead. All dead. Steven Seagal saves the day. So photographer lady and Dogbite flirt some more. But nothing really happens. It's not like they're together. It's like, oh, I guess I'll let you use my name in your news journalism thing. And she's like, oh, Dogbite.
Your name. Yeah, you call him. Yeah, here I am with Private Dogbite. Private first class Dogbite.
Oh, so she takes a picture of him, and it's, give me your best smile, Dogbite. And then he doesn't smile because he's badass. And then she takes a picture of Rob Canned Ham, and he's stupid and smiles his big, goofy, fucking pothead smile. And then Steven Seagal shows up, waddling down a flight of stairs. I guess he can go down a flight of stairs. Can't go up. They had to airlift him up. She goes up to him and says, and like shakes her head and like puts her hands on her hip and is like, oh, Mr. Seagal, are you really as good as they say you are? And Larry, what does he do? What does he do, Larry?
He takes off the sunglasses.
He takes off his motherfucking sunglasses!
That is the most violent outburst I've ever seen you have.
He takes off his motherfucking sunglasses.
Isaac basically just, every limb in his body went a different direction in rage.
He's not blind. He's not on drugs. The entire movie, he's in sunglasses, just so at the very last frame, he can take them off. And in response to her question, are you really as good as they all say you are? He takes them off and says, every once in a while. And that's it. That's the movie.
What?
That's the end of the movie, Larry.
No.
Yep.
You just stopped watching. You fucking chickened out in the last
Nope.
fucking joke
I
of
was
this
lying.
movie.
The anaconda is alive.
Here comes Cube with the axe.
No, that is seriously the end of the movie. I'm not kidding. That's it.
He didn't even wink?
Nope. The whole movie is a setup to take his sunglasses off and say, every once in a while.
So,
the whole movie.
before you get into your final thoughts, just on top of that, I was paying a very close attention to your review. Besides that scene, and besides the paralyzed guy, is Steven Seagal ever on screen with any of the other characters?
No. He has... And if you remember your guess, you guessed 30 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
Mr. Steven Seagal, who's the only name billed on the cover of this movie.
Yeah.
He's the only
human
being.
He's in the focus of the cover on Netflix.
He's the only person on the cover. Mm-hmm. It's just his thick, flaccid redwood body and a sunset behind him or whatever bullshit. There's not even like the entourage around him. He is on screen for 10 minutes.
No.
Of this 86-minute movie.
You're full of shit.
Nope.
You're full of shit.
Nope. It's the most absurd thing. The man cannot walk up a flight of stairs. His big hero moment is taking off a pair of sunglasses.
This is incredible.
I wonder if Banksy made this and it actually is art. That's the only explanation that doesn't make me want to die.
His career is such a joke. It's one of those jokes that's like rolled around to being it's like incredible.
It's fascinating.
What is he?
I don't know. He's
unbelievable. Like every story about him is like totally bonkers. Like every line of information I learned about him is fucking nonsense.
If you hooked a hose up to the exhaust pipe of a 1988 Dodge pickup truck and fed it into a used up blow up doll you found on the streets of Detroit, that is Steven Seagal.
It's gonna be my stomach hurts from laughing. It's
hot air in an empty suit of fucking plastic skin. All bullshit. He's all fake.
Oh man, it's just like we've had two of his movies now. Two of his like post-success movies now.
Yeah, definitely. Within the last
they're
6-7 years for sure.
They're both completely absurd.
Yeah. Not even passable action movie.
No.
Yeah. Like, cuz I generally don't like very many action movies. Like I'm not super into Mission Impossible, or like the first one's good, but like I don't know, I don't really give that much of a fuck about that kind of movie.
Right.
But like I'd be like, I'm sure Mission Impossible 4 or 5 or whatever, I could sit through and it'd be fine. Like it'd be a 5 out of 10, like a fine movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these are just absurd in every capacity. And okay, so here's getting into final thoughts a little bit with this movie in particular. If it wasn't for Steven Seagal being ridiculous and ultra badass while being a comical, pathetic shell of a human being, if you just removed all of his scenes and it was just the stuff with Dog Bite and the hijab lady and all that shit and the photographer, like, this would be a low to middling action movie where it's like definitely catering for tough guys. I'd roll my eyes at a bunch of shit, but I could, if it wasn't for Steven Seagal, this might be a 3 out of 10,
Wow.
Maybe?
That's shockingly high.
Like, it's bad, but it's like there's enough stuff for the photographer actually taking the place and getting that little twist in.
Sure, yeah.
There's, I don't know, there's a little bit there. But once you add in Steven Seagal and make him this tough guy and everyone's fucking fawning over him, it just... So yeah, I think I gave it a 2.13 out of 10. I guess it's more than a 2, but not much. It's not much better than a 2.
Oh, wow. That is really bad.
Yeah, and there's not... And again, it's just stupid macho stuff. The badassery of the female character. Like, again, for this movie, I'll give it some credit, but it's still just lame. Like, the badass character is not a soldier. She's just the photography lady who happens to be an expert marksman and turns badass in the middle of it, but she's still, like, authentically a chick at the same time.
Yeah. Besides Dogbite, who I only remember because Dogbite, no one made any splash in this movie. Besides him, photographer lady, and Steven Seagal, which we only talked about endlessly because how can you not?
Yeah, they're really... Even the ancillary characters, like Rob Van Dam didn't really do anything.
No.
There's some guy earlier who gets, like, shrapnel in his eyes and goes blind, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
He's the rabbit foot guy, and he gives the rabbit foot to Dogbite, and I don't know. There's a couple moments with that, but it doesn't turn into anything, so it's not worth even fucking talking about.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, just very little story. And Steven Seagal, just trash. Pile of trash. Pile of
10 minutes.
Human trash. Oh, God. I'm glad I'm going to be sick.
I have never seen you have such a violent reaction to the sunglasses. Ooh. That was incredible. You're a peaceful man, and that was a violent reaction.
Because, like, probably only about halfway through the movie, and I had to go back and do, like, timestamps. Only halfway through the movie, I was like, wait, he hasn't taken these fucking sunglasses off. What is this?
I'm glad he wasn't blind.
This is worse. Like, if he was a blind sniper, that would be like, okay, I get that's stupid, but I get why that's cool.
We could have laughed at him more.
But just for the sake of that badass line.
Yeah, badass in the world's biggest air quotes.
Puppy nip. All right. I jerked it out. I'm done. I'm glad this is out of my life.
Yikes.
Flush this cum rag down the toilet where it belongs.
Yikes.
So, we are the Bells of Netflix, and we are never happy with just one movie.
Nope.
We always have to take it to the next level. So, next week, I have a movie for you.
Great. Great.
It's an interesting...
Hey, Isaac, hey.
Yeah?
Great.
Oh, yeah. You should be excited.
I'm not.
Do you like The Office?
Oh, kind of.
How do you feel about Andy?
Oh, I don't love him.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Because he's played by Ed Helms.
Yeah.
And Ed Helms is at the helm. I don't know. He didn't direct it or anything. I think he just stars in it. But a little movie called Coffee and Kareem.
Fuck, Isaac, this has been on my radar for you for quite a while now.
Oh, well, suck a dick, sir.
It wasn't what you were getting today, but I have looked at this and considered it for you.
This looks like some weird trash.
Coffee and Kareem, an inept Detroit cop must team up with his girlfriend's foul-mouthed young son when their first crack at bonding time uncovers a criminal conspiracy.
Oh boy, it's a buddy cop drama comedy
with a man and a boy.
And the boy's black.
And the
There's
man
gonna be racial tension.
And the man is white.
And he's Ed Helms. So he's gonna be so awkward, Larry. It's gonna be awkward.
There's a special place in my heart that hates awkward.
Yes, you are not a Michael Cera fan. Yeah.
No, I detest Michael Cera. Detest him. Fuck. That's been in my back pocket if, like, I didn't have a great idea, I was going to pull the trigger on that. Fuck.
Now, do you get it? Do you get it, Larry? Coffee and Kareem? Kareem and sugar?
Isaac, I get it.
You get it?
I get it, Isaac.
You did? All right.
I get it.
Just making sure.
I'm going to put the microphone in my mouth.
Okay.
Pretend it's a gun. All right, so 2 weeks from now, as we know, we pick each other's movies. So there's a part of me that delights in seeing you suffer more so than normal.
Yeah.
There's a certain class of movies that I know you loved at one point in your life, and as time goes on, you pull away from it. And I'm going to call it like Comedy Central 2 a.m.
Oh.
Those type of where things like Orgasmo come from. That class of movie. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Listen to our episode on Orgasmo for me to definitively prove that it is, in fact, not a great movie. Do you remember a movie from, I want to say it was 2000, called Road Trip?
Oh, no.
They made a sequel.
Oh, no.
9 years later.
Oh, God.
Your movie is Road Trip Beer Pong.
Oh, shit. Yeah, see, I think I saw the original Road Trip when I was, 13.
And loved it.
And it was... I didn't love it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it, I'm sure. I don't really remember it.
Yeah, sure.
But...
Orgasmo-liking motherfucker.
When three college pals hit the road to complete... I can't. When three college pals hit the road to compete in a big-time beer pong tournament, their trip morphs into an outrageous odyssey. I feel like that's a misuse of that word.
So, the secondary follow-up reason why I picked this, as we've talked about before, I'm a teetotaler. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life. And though I've seen it played, I don't know anything about beer pong. And I'm going to need you to teach me.
I don't know if we can do that in quarantine.
Okay, well.
I can explain it.
That's what I want.
Okay. It's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Should I explain it that episode? Or do you want it now?
You can do whatever you want.
All right. I'll give it to you now. We're giving it to you now.
Great. Give it to
me
me
now. So you
now.
set up 10 cups in like a triangle.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. And
so
there's different ways. Huh?
Like bowling pins.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
There's different ways of playing if you actually have beer in the cups or if you just have water in the cups and you're drinking from a separate glass so you don't get your dirty fucking ping pong ball and what you're actually drinking. So whatever. But the original way, you have beer in each of the cups. A little bit. Like just filling up the bottom a little bit.
All right.
And you throw the ball, or I think you can bounce it. I don't know all the rules, and there's house rules and shit like that. And every time you get the ping pong ball in one of the cups, that cup goes away, and if your opponent gets it in your cup, you have to drink it, so you're getting more drunk, and then you might be less effective when you're playing, and all of that. And then whoever gets rid of all the cups wins.
Okay, so that sounds interesting, right?
It's a fun game.
To watch or to play? Or
to play.
Okay,
I wouldn't
so it's
say
not fun to watch. So if the climax of this movie was a beer pong game, that sounds like it would be pretty awful, huh?
Yeah. I mean, if you're already shit-faced at a party and you're watching people play beer pong, it's semi-entertaining.
Sounds like it.
If you're pushing 40 and you're trying to cram this movie in before you have to go mow the fucking lawn, I don't want the climax to be a beer pong tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is 32.
31.
You're right. I'm sorry. He's 32 next month.
I feel it in my lower back. I'm pushing 40.
Well, at least you're not Steven Seagal pushing 40 pounds out of your gut. Road trip beer pong. Fuck you.
Yeah, good God. That's going to be interesting. All right.
Coffee and cream. Fuck.
We have some interesting comedy movies to look forward to coming up. So stay tuned. It's gonna be gonna be a little calmer than today.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be as much to scream about.
You were mad. These last two were good. We both got pretty mad for movies that weren't even like the worst.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
We've both had worse movies than this.
Yes,
than Anaconda and Sniper Special Twats, but they made us both surprisingly very mad.
And stay tuned for the bonus episode because that is going to be a lot of screaming.
Oh, I can't wait! See, this is what's great about the show is we're great when we're trying to kill each other, but when we work together, it is just amazing. Because I cannot wait to talk about Steven Seagal with you.
It's going to be an adventure deep in the colon. Oh, good God! Anyway, we are
too deep in his colon. You'll get lost forever. at the fucking Mines of Moria up his asshole.
Anaconda depth, 40 feet. We are the Bowels of Netflix. You love us, we love you. Clean up to something, I don't know, Barney, Molest Children song. Did he get caught?
No, although I believe he was sold like fake insurance or something. I don't know. I heard in a podcast.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I don't think he did anything to kids.
Probably not. That Jared Fogle.
Didn't the Elmo guy do something to kids?
There was an Elmo guy?
Yeah, the guy. Somebody put Elmo's not real, dumbass.
No, you're gonna tell me Alf's not real. Come on.
No, Alf's real. The guy who pilots Elmo. Did he do a rape? I'm so sorry if I'm misaligning him. This is total hearsay. I could be totally wrong.
Probably most people in Hollywood have done a rape. That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal's one of them. We're going to find out about that dark history, too. It's not
Sure
all
will.
roses and puppies with Mr. Seagal.
I don't think it's ever been or ever will be roses and puppies with that turd.
Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, find us on the Tickle Talk. We're the only Bowels of Netflix in your life. If there's another one, we're going to find him, we're going to beat him, and we're going to threaten you. So, don't cheat on us. Send us an email, bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Make sure to rate and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this. And set to download, that definitely helps us too.
Yes.
Get those numbers up so we can keep doing this and keep having fun and make it not seem like we're just jerking each other off.
And hey,
make sure to tell your friends.
If you listen to this and you enjoy it, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. It's really nice to be able to talk to one of my best friends in the world about nonsense, and for people to listen to it, I think it's funny. Like, that's super cool.
Yeah, and we've been getting a lot of listens the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting that it's definitely not just the people we guilt into listening to the show. There's actual strangers listen.
Yeah,
So
I know.
That's
That's
exciting.
still crazy. It'll always be crazy to me.
But yeah, and also make your grandma listen. Tell her you can hide her medicine if she doesn't listen.
If
Be
you're
like,
hiding
"Bitch."
her dementia medicine, though, I mean, make sure she downloads it. Like, press
No,
it,
yeah.
play it for her
Pick the right medicin.
before
Hide
she
her blood
starts.
thinners.
Yeah, right.
Grandma, you're gonna fucking stroke out if you don't listen to the Bowels of Netflix today.
This is an aggressive marketing campaign.
Yeah,
Your
well,
run for
until we get to the
Senate's
top.
going to be compromised.
How do you think Joe Rogan got where he is? Killing grandmas left and right.
I think he just
put them
smokes
in
a lot of
sleeper
weed
holds.
and like talks about his guts.
I guess.
I don't know.
He's
I can't like
odd,
him.
man.
I just can't.
I can't.
I keep trying and I can't.
His stand-up comedy special is one of the worst things I've seen.
Keep trying and I just can't like him.
It's bad.
I just can't.
All right.
I'm sorry. Fuck.
All right, Rojogan. We will see you next week. We know you're a listener. We know you love us.
Yeah.
We love you too.
Fuck. Well, smell you later. Sometimes. Wait, did I fuck up the line? Was that the line?
No, wait. What did he say? So, what? I don't know. Okay. All right. Here's the line. Smell you later. Every once in a while. All right, go.
Nope, that's it. It's your turn. I'm leaving. I'm getting up and leaving. I'm walking away.